shouldn't have put the music back on this side. God.
Told you I'd get you.
Welcome to another episode of From Our Mother's Basement, the show where we talk about everything nerd, whether it be sci-fi, comics, tech, anime, you name it. I'm Jason.
And I am Michael.
And what have you been up to, Michael?
Oh, well, let's see. Working on video projects for work, but in between that, or when not doing that, I managed to marathon, God, I keep butchering the pronunciation, Jormungand?
Jormungand.
Jormungand.
That's
Oh
what I
my
call it, at least, yeah.
God, I love this fucking series.
It is awesome, isn't it?
It is. You know, I was afraid it was going to be a Black Lagoon knockoff, and it kind of is in a couple areas.
True, but at the same time,
it goes its own path, and it's definitely wow. Let's put it this way: I marathoned 13 episodes this week.
And when's the last time you did that?
Last time I marathoned an anime?
Yeah.
The closest would be Sword Art Online, where I pushed at one point. I pushed through. I think Nikki and I pushed through 8 episodes, back to back.
I was sorry, have you finished? Have you caught up on that?
Yes, we're current.
That ending. What the fuck, man?
It's not over.
I know it's not over, but still.
Because there's an episode 14 coming.
I know, but still,
It's like
for a mid-series climax.
Yeah,
it definitely is like.
Where the hell are they going to go with this?
The
thing?
hell just happened? Now, stupid me, I spoiled the surprise myself and looked forward and see what actually happened. So I'm not going to spoil it for you, but
okay. Well, I mean, I'm up to the point where we're show now, so it's like spoiler city. Okay, warning: we're going to go into Sword Art Online spoilers. So if you've been watching Sword Art Online and are not current on the episodes, you may want to plug your ears for a couple minutes.
Give me a second. Let me.
Oh, do you have a spoiler sign?
I'm going to create one real quick.
Okay, he's going to create a spoiler slag for us.
As you can
that is not a spoiler slag. Slate, rather.
Warning.
Okay, while he's doing that, by the way, you'll notice my screenshot's a lot better this week. I switched out video cameras. I'm testing one. And if this one works, I will be much happier. Okay, now that we've got the spoiler zone up, talking about Sword Art Online. Okay, so... give it a couple seconds. Everybody's out. Okay. So he gets out a game. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I got to give him points. They were realistic. For somebody who's been locked in this world for, 2 years, if you see the way they drew him when he got up and he's moving around, he looked properly emaciated, muscles properly atrophied.
Hair grown out far enough. And
oh, I don't know about the hair. The hair's a little short in my eyes, but they could be trimming it. I don't know. But it's impressive. I want to see where it goes, though, because, okay, he effectively bypassed the first or the last 25 levels of the world. What the fuck?
Again, that's probably just built for time's sake. So
Uh-huh.
I'm sure if they wanted to follow...
They could have stretched it. But
they easily could have stretched it, but then again, he could have gotten... Can I give something away?
Oh, you've seen episode 15?
No, but I know what's coming up. There's actually been trailers and everything. What's coming up? The trailer for the next one.
Does he find Asuna?
Yes, but they're in a whole nother game based on fairies and elves and.
Wait a minute! They jump into a different game?
They jump into a different game.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Okay, so they're dot hacking a different way.
Yeah. Basically.
But he does find her in real life, right?
I'm going to keep mute on that.
Okay. That
mostly because I actually haven't read that far yet to find out. So.
Oh, you're reading the manga?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's different then.
Manga, wiki, just keeping myself informed on it.
Yeah, speaking of mangas and wikis, do we want to... Okay, let's go out of spoiler. Well, actually, no, it's still kind of technically spoiler zone if we're into comics. So, do you want to kill the spoiler zone thing?
Let's kill the spoiler zone. We'll pull up again when we need to. There we go.
Okay.
And see. No.
And scene. New Batman came out this week. Joker is back in a big way.
Yes.
I mean, okay, now we're going slightly spoiler zone again. Yeah, that's the cover. One of the covers. Wow.
Yeah. To give it kind of a base behind it, about a year ago, because they wanted to have a year to bring in new villains and whatnot, they had to find a way to actually get Joker out of the picture. And the way they thought about doing that was, is this, what, slicing his face off?
He went up. I want to say he went up against Dollman, who basically beat him down and cut his face off, literally. And that got put in a case and was on display in Gotham PD for a year. In this case that preserved it. Well, it's been a year. Joker's been, I wouldn't say licking his wounds, but he's been observing a lot. And he decides it's time to come back. And he comes back in a big way. The first scene of this book, when he comes back, is he kills the Power in Gotham PD, snaps the necks of about 8 to 12 officers in Gotham PD while they can't see him. And he walks up, he's like, hey, let me tell you a joke. Clown walks into a bar, blah, 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 blah. Oh, you've already heard this one? Snap. Moves on to the next guy. I was like,
I love the Joker.
I thought Joker was psychotic before. He is like beyond dark now. And now he's basically going after all of Batman's friends or family.
Well, isn't the reason for it? It's kind of like Joker considers himself as like the jester of Gotham City, and the fact that they've all like ignored him and said, "Okay, you're now
he's gone. You don't care."
He basically like you scorned me, therefore fear my wrath that I kill every single person that you ever loved.
Yeah, it's kind of like a hell hath no fury thing.
Yeah,
but it's also very much he's just sort of like, oh, you think I'm gone? You think I'm to be? You think I can be ignored now? Watch this, bitch! Snap! Wow! Oh, and the stuff he.
And the thing is, this is
there's
actually
a scene
not
in the
just
comic.
one comic line that's actually focusing on this. This is like several of the Batman related lines are in this.
Exactly,
right?
it's spreading across all the Gotham titles. So he shows up in Batgirl. I don't know if he shows up in Batwoman or not. I haven't read that one. He shows up in. Let's see. He's going to show up in Catwoman, Batgirl, Robin, Nightwing, Teen Titans. It's all going to tie in.
And how many people is he going to kill?
I don't know if this is if the cliffhanger of this episode was any indication. Be prepared to see some major sideline characters, if not one or two heroes, go bye-bye.
From one who actually has not read it yet, just by the sheer synopsis and from what I've reading online about the history behind the making of this.
Do you want to throw the spoiler up? Because I'll tell you the cliffhanger.
And
the last scene before you get a small side story with him and Harley, which is completely, pardon my language, fucked up. Oh, what he does to Harley is fucked up. But the last scene is there's a knock at the door at Wayne Manor. And Alfred answers the door and kicks it in, knocks him down, starts reaching for Alfred, says, "Hi, Al, we need to talk."
Oh,
let me tell you a joke. Yeah, that's the implication. Is like, oh shit, they're going to kill Alfred.
If there is anybody that would definitely put Bruce Wayne over the edge, it's got to be the death of Alfred.
Or
Selina Kyle, or one of his kids.
The new Robin.
That's his and Talia's kid, right?
Exactly. The new Robin is the kid between him and Talia al Ghul.
The kid that was like raised in like the League of Shadows or League of Assassins and whatnot.
Yeah, I didn't find any of this out till Nikki.
Yeah, Nikki and I had a conversation about it earlier today. I was like, really? Holy crap.
This kid's, oh wow, the kid's special in his own right. But yeah, no, go ahead and kill the spoiler zone thing. It's good now. But no,
and Darth Vader is his dad. But anyways,
yeah, no, Luke, I am your mama, and Mama's gonna teach you some manners, boy. Sorry. Oh, come on, that was awesome. Thumb Wars.
Oh god,
I
was going in a completely different direction. I was like, is Darth Vader becoming Medea or something like that? Tyler Perry is Darth Vader.
No. That's all kinds of wrong.
Yes, it is, which is why it should go down that way.
Which is why you suggested it. No, the if you like Batman and you're, especially if you like the Joker and you want a Joker that's closer, that's honestly, I think what they did is they went a little closer to the Heath Ledger Joker,
which is very
which
relevant in
fits.
everybody's minds right now. Right now, so
right. So he's even darker than the Heath Ledger Joker was, which was already, let me show you a magic trick. Enough said. Take that and kick it up a couple levels. Totally worth reading. Completely awesome. I'm gonna, when I get paid, I've actually allocated from my very small spend on whatever I want budget that I'm going to be going and getting a few other side issues.
Yes, and then I'll drive up and then read them because I want
Yes,
to.
you're going to need to, because it's pretty awesome shit, dude. It's wow.
Then you also have another issue of a Suicide Squad that I need to read.
Yes, the new Suicide Squad,
Yes.
which is really good.
All right, that looks incredible. Let's talk about the other Batman thing right now. You
yes.
also recently saw Dark Knight Returns Part 1.
And I'm impressed with how true to the original they were. Not to mention, why am I off center? There we go. Let's try that. How true to the original they were in both the art style and the storyline. They really, they didn't stick to it 100%.
But it was pretty damn close.
It was pretty damn. I mean, I kind of want to dig my old copy out and flip through and verify lines at a couple points. But they did a really good, and they broke it into two parts. But where they broke it is the perfect place to break it.
It really is.
I mean, if you think about it, if you've read the story, that's where you do it.
Like so far, like okay, it's at a good level. It's kind of rising, and then at that point, it just goes and just takes off in terms of for lack of a better phrase, batshit insane.
Yeah, and they just released the preview for the new one. So let's watch it, shall we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Win.
Total win. What's funny is when I was watching Dark Knight Returns Part 1, it took a little while for me to accept Peter Weller as the voice.
Okay, I can understand that, yeah.
Because I've spent so many years hearing Kevin Conroy. So that kind of gets ingrained into your head that this is the voice of Batman.
Kevin Conroy is quintessentially the voice of Batman in the animated series.
And the whole, roid rage version done by oh god, what is the actor who plays him in the movie? I can't space his name. Chat room, help me. Actor who plays Batman in new Batman movies.
Christian Bale?
Thank you. Christian Bale, his all roid rage voice that you can't talk in for more than 3 words without destroying your throat.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I think Conroy's voice as Batman is way better than Christian Bale. Way better, in my opinion. But
Kevin Conroy does not have the physique that say Christian Bale
well, no, he doesn't have the physique.
He is lanky as all hell.
If you could blend those two voices, that would be the perfect Batman voice. But Peter Weller, watching the first one, it's hard not to think Buckaroo Banzai or RoboCop.
Yeah, true.
You expect to turn around and say, "Your move, creep." It's, but he does. You get used to it watching the show.
Mm-hmm.
Watching that preview, the thing of "I am the law" and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Not that I expected a Judge Dredd moment or anything, but. Yeah. Because that's actually in the comic, that scene, but not Judge Dredd, that line. But
I know what you're getting at. Because
it doesn't feel like Weller stretched himself much.
Yeah, Weller is great when he's speaking at a conversational tone. Like if he's talking to one person or a couple people within like 5 feet,
right?
That's fine. In that scene at the beginning where he's supposed to be
addressing the sons of Batman,
the people, that was more like in a almost like he phoned it in.
Yeah, that part looks based on that.
Yeah, just based
other
on
than that
trailer.
though, I've liked him. What I'm surprised I'm liking from what I've heard of it is the new Joker, who's the actor
Michael Emerson.
Michael Emerson. He's been on Lost, Person of Interest, a lot of J.J. Abrams stuff.
Which
I'm
makes me
impressed
wonder
with him
why he got picked for this part. I mean,
because of those characters. Because the characters he's done for the Abrams shows have been a range.
True.
And the one guy on Lost was batshit insane.
True, but
didn't go Joker wise with it, but there was that intensity there. There was that intensity in that character.
There was intensity, and I've seen some of his other roles, like especially in Lost and Wild. Yeah, he does get a little crazy out there, but the persona that he embodies in those characters, in my mind, never clicks with the level of what you would perceive as Joker.
Right. Well, but you've only got really 3 key voices to compare him to.
True.
You've got Cesar Romero, who's campy 60s Batman. You've got Heath Ledger, who was really good, and I was impressed with him. And then you've got the ultimate Joker of Mark Hamill.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be really hard.
It is. I mean, here's the thing, though. Those other main, voice actors, they are still alive. They're still kicking. I'm trying to figure out why they did not go for them. I mean, hell, if anything, they should have gone John DiMaggio for Joker. In my mind.
That would have been awesome.
John DiMaggio
until he hit one inflection. If he sounded like Bender at any point, I would think nothing but Bender.
But the thing is, he pulled a fantastic Joker in Batman Under the Red Hood.
Yes, he did.
He was amazing.
He was actually fairly impressive there.
But
I
running into personal preference now, I guess.
Yeah. Now we're getting into preferences. It's also these actors are trying to move on. I mean, Mark Hamill knows he will never.
I'm retiring. I'm doing another game. I'm retiring. Do another movie. I'm retiring.
He can't. He can't retire because he's as tied to that as he is to Luke Skywalker.
I mean,
he will never outgrow them.
From Lord of War about asking the main character to stop. He goes, "But why? I'm just good at it."
Yeah, exactly. When you're the best Joker voice there is.
Yeah, that's all you can say. That's all you can say about that stuff. All right,
but I think DiMaggio would have been a good choice. I think DiMaggio would have. But this guy, Michael Emerson, I'm willing to give him a fair shot.
Okay. Well, all we know it's going to come out winter 2013. That can mean either the beginning of 2013 or late 2013. I'm going to say
beginning. I'm going to say beginning.
You want to think beginning? I'm hoping for that.
I'm thinking beginning because they're mostly done with it.
True. Very true.
Especially if they've got. See, I didn't list Jack Nicholson for a reason.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson's Joker.
Jack Nicholson was the halfway point between Cesar Romero and Heath Ledger.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if you were to compare those personalities, Nicholson's Joker was halfway between Cesar Romero and Heath Ledger.
True.
And Mark Hamill was above that.
Yeah.
So, but there's a reason I didn't mention him. Although I like the way he acted the character. For that cartoony, because it was a good transition to move away from the campy to a slightly more serious. Then we got the serious, and it's don't get me started on nipples on the batsuit. But anyway,
all right. What should we jump to now? We're already talking about movies. Should we just stay with the movies for right now?
Sure.
Okay,
let's do that.
Well, we have a couple trailers to show you guys. First up, we already showed the Dark Knight Returns. I'm gonna go with actually a really, really epic trailer. Just came out yesterday. It's called Hitchcock. It's surrounds about the.
That's not in our list, but yeah. Oh no, there it is. Yeah, it is
at the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah, you just showed me this last night when I was taking a break from editing, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
It looks incredible. I'm not going to talk too much about it. The trailer will
titty
say
twisters of death. Oh man.
Oh, Ruben,
that's so wrong.
All right, let's watch this trailer for Hitchcock. It looks great.
I can't wait for this movie. It looks great. Honestly, if I mean, okay, first off, hearing the voice, yeah, that's definitely Anthony Hopkins, but the makeup they put him in.
Mm-hmm.
It almost, except for a couple mannerisms and certain ways he moves, and of course the voice, you couldn't tell it was him at first. I had to double take to make sure that was Anthony Hopkins. Looking at this, there wasn't Scarlett Johansson looks really good as Janet Leigh. I have to give credit there.
She's a little more well endowed than Janet Leigh was, but
not. Have you seen Scarlett Johansson's boobs? They're not that big, dude.
Yeah.
C-cup Maybe.
Maybe. Okay.
On a good day. If it's cold. But that aside, honestly, if this movie's as good as that trailer looks, I honestly think this could be potentially another Oscar for Hopkins and Mirren.
Mirren looks fantastic in her role.
And so does Hopkins.
Yeah.
I mean, if that, I totally see potential Oscar nods for this just based off that trailer. Now, that being said, time will tell. I can't wait for the movie to come out. When does it come out, anyway?
I don't think we have a full date yet. I'm checking. IMDb doesn't give me anything about that, about an actual date yet.
Because I totally want to see that.
The only thing that it gives me is, as a bit of a trivia, states that surprisingly the film was shot in its entirety in only 36 days. They sped through this.
Well, yeah, wow, that is impressive, actually.
Impressive.
Although, fortunately, most of the original Psycho sets are still around because they're on Universal's backlot. Right. So the whole house is right there, for crying out loud.
True.
So,
there's not much to say other than it looks amazing, and I can't wait to see it when it comes out.
Yeah, I'm not a big. I'm sitting here stammering, and I apologize because that movie looks really freaking good.
All right, well, let's move on to the other bit of movie news, and we're going to go kind of back in time a little bit about Star Wars.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So, George Lucas, he had his run of 6 films and side quests and whatnot, and...
Side quests?
I call like the little TV shows and
oh,
the
okay.
Ewok Adventure and whatnot. I call those side quests.
Side quests?
Yes, he's on a journey. He's a lowly Padawan and must rise to the rank of Jedi Master. And then...
right.
Yeah.
And did you bring enough of these drugs for everybody in the chat room?
Why, yes, I did. They're at www. No.
The Christmas special. Oh, that was scary. Although I can't think of that and not see the white nerdy video right now.
The deal in the back lot with
the back lot with the tape, and he's like, oh. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's always been a ton of critics, both in regards to the story, to how everything works in canon, to the visual effects. But there really hasn't been anybody out there who are going to say, you know what, I'm going to try to fix these things. One person has.
Yeah, and it's been a labor of love that he originally started back in 2004 when the DVD set of the the updated Star Wars. I forget what it was actually called.
Special edition,
I've got the set. Special edition, thank you. I've got the sets, but
watching what he has done so far, because he started off with, okay, well, let's focus on doing color corrections. Okay, we'll do a little bit of that because people were complaining about that. Oh, some of the blasters were shooting in the wrong direction. Okay, I can kind of fix that. And then it grew from that.
The original film had laser blasts coming from the sights of the pistol, for crying out loud. I mean, little nitpicky details. But he took the time. What was it? The first one was a one-man show, wasn't it? First one, he went through this. It was a total labor of love, frame by frame, color correcting, adjusting stuff.
It was incredible how much work he put into this.
And he didn't alter the story.
No. He only added little bits to keep things canon and change some color corrections and whatnot. So from there, he actually garnered a pretty big following, and he has a couple people helping him out now, and he's working on episodes 5 and 6
in HD.
In HD, using the Blu-ray. And let me give you just a little clip. This is about 2.5 minutes long. You're going to see on the top side, it's going to be a split, is the scene from the Blu-ray. And the bottom is his revisited style, where he's made some changes. And some are very minor, like you won't even notice unless you're a hardcore Star Wars fan. And then
or a hardcore film watcher.
True. And then there's some parts where you're like, wow, that really stood out, but it made so much sense. So let's go ahead and play this.
General, there's a fleet of Star Destroyers coming out of hyperspace in Sector 4.
Reroute all power to the energy shield. Gotta hold them till all transports are away. Prepare for ground assault.
What is it, General? My lord, the fleet has moved out of Lightspeed. Comscan has detected an energy field protecting an area of the 6th planet of the Hoth system. The field is strong enough to deflect any bombardment.
The rebels are alerted to our presence. Admiral Ozzel came out of Lightspeed too close to the system.
He felt surprise was wiser.
He's as clumsy as he is stupid. General, prepare your troops for a surface attack.
Yes, my lord.
Lord Vader, the fleet has moved out of Lightspeed and we're preparing to...
You have failed me for the last time, Admiral. Captain Piet.
Yes, my lord.
Make ready to land our troops beyond their energy field, then deploy the fleet so that nothing gets off the system. You are in command now, Admiral Piet.
Thank you, Lord Vader.
All troop carriers will assemble at the north entrance. The heavy transport ships will leave as soon as they're loaded. Only 2 fighter escorts per ship. The energy shield can only be opened for a short time, so you'll have to stay very close to your transports.
2 fighters against a Star Destroyer?
The ion cannon will fire several shots to make sure that any enemy ships will be out of your flight path. When you've gotten past the energy shield, proceed directly to the rendezvous point. Understood? Yeah. Good luck.
Okay, everybody to your stations, let's go!
Your primary target will be the power generators. Prepare to open shield.
Sir, rebel ships are coming into our sector.
Good. Our first catch of the day.
Stand by, ion control. Fire.
So that's just a taste of what he's done. Now, you might not have seen everything about... I'll go back and focus on a couple key things that we noticed. Where is it at?
There's a couple points where, I mean, there's a lot of stuff, like the color corrections. As a video person, I'm impressed as hell with all the color correcting he did. He brought everything into the same color space where it belongs. He did a lot of subtle things, like the scene where Leia's prepping all the pilots. If you compare the top one, you see the base of the Millennium Falcon's part where somebody's working on it, but if you look at the lower one, he actually zoomed the image out, managed to zoom the image out a little bit, so you see more of the Falcon and somebody bending on it, so you get a better image.
Mm-hmm. Doing some other things, like here's a quick shot right here of, if you look on the top, this lower area underneath the window, and then down here below, he actually changed it to be more in line with canon with the rest of the franchise.
Which is based on books, comics, RPGs.
A lot of the scenes he actually, in the open air scenes, he actually redid all the sky.
Yeah, and that's where I start to have a minor problem.
And I'm going to bring up that one scene.
He starts to become that which he's trying to fix.
Yeah, he starts becoming George.
He starts making these changes that, okay, they're kind of cool. They look really cool. Things like Carl points out, okay, there's another one. This is cool because it just fits. He color corrected the image, and he added the status icons on the left there and the right, mostly on the left.
Mm-hmm.
It's
these little tweaks that kind of add a little bit to the scene itself, but at the same time, it's adding to it rather than just supporting it.
I'm thinking of it, and I just made this connection a little bit ago. The re-release of the original Star Trek: The Motion Picture,
mm-hmm.
where they went in and redid 90% of the special effects or enhanced existing scenes. Like there was the scene where Spock, McCoy, and Kirk are talking in the conference room against a black window. They went in and they did little things like add stars in that window. Mm-hmm. So, oh my God, there's actually something there. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's...
I mean, look at this picture. He actually put up a listing on Google Plus
of every change, almost every change he made.
That he made on here.
And that's Ep 4 though.
This is Ep 4, yes, but there's things here that makes me worry because, like, he's again pulling a Lucas. Like, let's pull up.
By the way, that page crashed my MacBook. I want you to know.
It did?
Oh man, my MacBook hated that page.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, but look at this thing. He actually starts adding stuff to Greedo.
But you know what?
See, it's things like that. Go ahead.
The thing is, do Rhodians blink? I have never seen anywhere where Rhodians have blinked.
True.
It's a nerd thing. It's not bad, depending on how he did it.
Now, and of course, he also set it up as so Han shot first, to the point where you don't even see Greedo's shot. He doesn't even shoot. It's just Han shoots him and he explodes.
Well, in the original, he didn't get to shoot.
Mm-hmm.
In the original, Greedo has the gun on him, and before he can pull the trigger, Han shoots him and he drops. There's none of this bang, whoop, bang, help, hey, he got off a death shot. Bullshit. Han Solo was a scoundrel. He did what he was supposed to do.
Yes, true. All right. Well,
but it's badass, and I can't wait for him to release it.
And he keeps on adding more and more stuff, more and more previews on his website. If you want to check out more about this and to download the first one, it's completely free. He's obviously, if he tried to sell it, he would become under scrutiny by the lawyers. But it's for free, so you can go to swrevisited.wordpress.com, find out what he's doing, what he's been up to.
And if this doesn't get this boy a job, something's wrong.
I'm surprised he doesn't have.
I'm surprised ILM hasn't hired his ass.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing this out of his free time. He just moved, so updates over the past few weeks have been kind of slow. But the amount of work that him and his now slowly amassing crew have put on regarding both Empire and Return of the Jedi. There actually was a scene, and
the thing he did with Jedi. I like I said, I have some problems where he's starting to get a little. As long as he doesn't alter the storyline, I'm cool with it because he's enhancing it, and making it look awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, behold the power of fanboyism. Well, we all have our spots, but
yeah, let me pull
the
that thing.
The fact that he fixes the biggest cardinal sin, the biggest cardinal sin in Jedi, he's going to go in and fix.
He took it upon himself to do this. So
thank you. I'm
gonna bring this up
because the argument for why Lucas did this is total bullshit. That's right. He's taking Stalker Boy out, putting old Anakin back. Yes. Thank you. Wow. Bye-bye. Oh, man.
That'll be glad to see that at least that part gone. I'll be very happy for that.
Behold the Jedi Choir, a quartet of Anakins.
Why is it playing? No, that's the Yoda training part that he does. Okay.
I'm really looking forward to it. No, he was a total stalker. I mean, the way he played in the first three movies. Well, first movie he was Anakin the Mannequin, the little kid who. Okay, fine, whatever. But
have you heard about what happened to Jake or whatever the actual kid's name is?
No, what's going on with him?
He was teased so much in school because of his role and how all the critics online say that he killed the character, that he just was not the right role. You
can't blame that kid for that. I'm sorry. You can blame Lucas's direction.
He received so much hate toward it that he's sworn off acting in Hollywood for the rest of his life.
Oh, that's fucked up.
He personally claims that George Lucas ruined his life and he will never work again because of him.
Can't really blame him too much on that one, but I wish that would happen to Hayden Christensen. Although I actually kind of liked Leaper. Although what's funny is, have you noticed how often so diatribing or diverging for a moment. Mm-hmm. So Hayden Christensen versus Samuel L. Mm-hmm. in Jedi or in Ep 3, Revenge of the Sith. Mm-hmm. So they're fighting there. Then Leaper comes out. I think it's Leaper.
I think so, yeah.
The one where he teleports?
Chat room.
Who's he fighting out? Who's he fighting? Samuel L. Jackson. It's Windu Invader, round 2. There's a third movie, I think, that they're both in.
Although I will say, if Hayden shows up in Django Unchained, I'm going to laugh my ass off. Because Sam Jackson's in that one again. Anything Quentin Tarantino does, he has Sam Jackson.
It's a Tarantino movie. Of course Samuel's in there somewhere.
But yeah, so aside
Jumper,
from our
thank you.
our nerd ranting about it, yeah,
Nerd rage.
the guy is doing on one hand some amazing work restoring, color balance and changing a couple things that are making more canon.
He is actually enhancing it in most cases.
But then there's times where he steps into the role of George Lucas and like, oh, really?
Does he alter the story though? That's the point.
Don't know
If he doesn't alter the story, then I'm willing to forgive a lot. Although some of the stuff he did with the sky paintings and whatnot.
This is how far he's going. So, the Hoth battle scene, where you have the scene where the AT-ATs are coming at the rebels. Apparently, there were some issues in how it was filmed and how it wasn't really as smooth as it should be.
It's really clunky, yeah, even for stop motion.
So the guy's taking it upon himself to actually build new models to actually reshoot the scene. He's even having people build full costumes and everything to reshoot scenes. And that's where I'm like, okay, it's kind of cool, but at the same time...
Got news for you. At that point, use fucking CG. There are a gajillion AT-AT models on the net for Poser, Max, Maya, you name it. It's out. Blender, it's out there. And looks just as good if you render it with Radiosity. So...
oh, well. But yeah, he's going to some fantastic lengths to...
Some of them did my engineers, so they actually...
Thank you, Carl.
Good point.
But yeah, if you want to check him out, you can just head up to his website, swrevisited.wordpress.com. If you like what he's doing, you can download it. You can even donate to help him out a bit, because this is all out of pocket.
Yeah, I pulled down Ep4 today. I haven't watched it yet.
I just finished it about like an hour ago.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. If he's a real fan, he'd build a real one in Alaska.
There is a scene that he added like an extra like 5 seconds of a frame.
5 seconds of a frame?
5 seconds of a scene, I should say that.
I was going to say that's 120 frames, my friend. Is that the drinking name?
If I screw up, I
Jason
drink.
Screws up, he drinks?
Have you noticed those times where I just go, hey, look, it's just
hell,
you?
I'm going to enjoy this.
Aw, damn it.
Move over, call me maybe. We got something new for Jay.
Son of a bitch. Okay.
Put that up there with Get That Bitch a Cannon.
No, there's forgive me if I'm wrong about this scene where they're starting to go down the trench, the guns stop for the first time, and they're like, fighters coming in. It's usually just the 3 fighters coming from behind, that a quick scene of that, right? Even in the special edition.
No, special edition, they had other wings.
Okay, because the scenes, I didn't remember it, was they cut to a shot of about, I'd say 15 to 20 TIEs flying past
TIE fighters?
Yeah.
Okay, that's different.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
added a scene.
You said Hoth.
I started with Hoth, and then I started with the trench scene. Yeah, my apologies. I didn't let you know where I was going to.
Too, because the guys are all in it. So, wow, this is fun. I like this. Okay.
Damn it. And each episode, I'm Jason, and I don't know what.
I endorse this message.
Jesus. What did I start? All right, it's cool stuff. Go check it out.
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
Let's jump on to... Let's do some Hackaday stuff real quick.
Okay.
Hackaday created a really easy, but still very entertaining mod. Hackaday is a website you can go there and find a couple cool things about mods, about a lot of hacking stuff. Some of it could be above your understanding, but a lot of it you can understand the core concept, and so, okay, that's kind of cool. They decided to modify a portal gun. Like, how can we make a portal gun actually make it look like it's levitating something? I'm just going to show the video and we can show it afterwards.
Welcome back. The Enrichment Center reminds you that the weighted companion cube will never threaten to stab you and, in fact, cannot speak. In the event that the weighted companion cube does speak, the Enrichment Center urges you to disregard its advice.
Like most of the ideas that we see come along, this one started with, wouldn't it be cool if? And it was, wouldn't it be cool if we could make a working gravity gun? Now, of course, we can't make a real working gravity gun, but we can make something that looked like it was working. There was already a portal gun available to purchase. It was very good looking, much better than I would have been able to make myself. And so what I did was I started trying to think of ways that I could levitate something in front of it. There's already products out there that do this. levitating magnetic globes. We got this, tore out the coil and mounted it on the portal gun, pulled the magnet out of the levitating globe, and created our own companion cube. This is just a foam companion cube with a magnet mounted in the top. Once it gets to the correct distance from the coil, a microcontroller takes over and holds it there, levitating in space. This would make a good piece to put on display because you can't move it. You can't pick it up and wave it around. As soon as you move it too much, the field breaks and it drops. But overall, we think we pulled it off pretty well. This is Caleb for Hackaday.com. We'll see you next time.
Excellent.
Nice.
It's a little, cheap, fast, quick, mod, but it's entertaining, and I would love to have something like that.
It's fun. It's fun. I mean, tiny companion cube, but it's a very cool, cute idea. I would have nowhere to put it though.
You'll make room. Just build a shelf on those walls.
I was gonna say you've seen my apartment.
I have. That's why you start building shelves on the walls, like the empty wall behind you.
That's mostly closet door, actually.
You could build on that. That's stable. Yes.
Right. Take a drink.
All right, fine. I didn't grab another beer. I'm gonna run out in a minute. Oh well.
Rail cube.
Start shooting that thing off.
That'd be kind of awesome, actually.
Would be entertaining.
Build a repulsor unit out of it.
Okay. Well, before we get to the
welcome back.
Before we get to the anime bit, I want to talk about the shuttle. Just imagine if you were waking up in LA, you're going towards your commute, and all of a sudden you see this. Not something you see every day.
Yeah, but that's pretty awesome.
It is pretty awesome. Oh, son of a bitch.
Did they close it?
MSNBC was actually hosting a live stream of the shuttle going through LA because it's a 12-mile journey and it's taking them 2 days to get through it.
2 days, costing them 400 trees.
$10 million.
Which is actually a bargain, all things considered.
True. There's going to be rolling power outages in certain areas because they have to de-energize some of the poles and wires and actually lift them up to where the shuttle can actually go underneath them.
Yeah, because the tail of that thing's over 27 feet high.
Mm-hmm. It's... Oh, man, I wish it was actually still up. Oh, well. And now, they did stop at a couple places in order to allow people to, take pictures with it and get...
Well, it hasn't hit the forum yet, because it's on the wrong side of the freeway.
No, it hasn't hit that yet. That's what their big thing tonight is. They're just across the 405. Now, initially, they were saying, we'll grab a giant crane and lift it over. And the only way I could personally think of to get a crane to do that, you would have to shut down the freeway anyway, so you put the crane down there.
Yeah, to stabilize the crane. Because a crane that can lift that amount of weight, that's 175,000 pounds. It's bigger than that's bigger than some warships.
Yeah. Well, it looks like here's a shot of it actually leaving LAX and going through. Like, that's something kind of incredible. You really don't see anything like that. Okay, I don't need to see stuff like that. I just want to see the shuttle moving on.
And that boy's got some hair.
Yeah, they had to pull up all those trees, and a lot of businesses were expecting to actually get a ton of extra business because of the shuttle going down and whatnot.
Not happening.
Not happening because the police told people you can't go follow. You only have to go to these certain areas, which I can understand. Wow, that's really close.
Yeah, that's really tight confines. What's really cool is they parked this thing at a strip mall for several hours, and somebody went in and got a lot of video of it up close. And you look at this thing, and what I like about it is they didn't go spruce it up.
No.
They didn't go in and clean it up to make it look showroom fresh. It looks well used. Well,
I have that.
It's like the guy who keeps his old Mustang because he loved it so much. He'll clean it, he'll keep it clean, but there's signs of love. Like if you look at the nose of this thing, you can tell it's been through a few re-entries.
It's not really
this is a
well-used. Yeah.
This is a well-used, much-loved shuttle. This sucker got some use. It wasn't abused, but what's
I mean, weren't these things built in like the late 70s, early 80s anyway? So they've been
late 70s. Yeah, late 70s is when they started building them. I mean, color me strange, but I'm glad they didn't clean it up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that they're going to move it, and I'm hoping they keep it that way. That they're not going to pretty it up. They're going to put it as it last came off the shot, because you want it to look used.
There's the shot
right there. Okay, look at that nose. Look at that nose.
I'll come back to it in a second. Yeah.
Look at that. You can tell. That's look at the way the little. That's bounced off an atmosphere a few times.
Now, here's the one thing I'm wondering: is the Science Center actually going to polish up and pretty it up? Or are they going to leave it as such?
I don't think they will.
You think
a nose only a mother can love? It's I don't think so, because I mean they may. I hope not. I hope they put it up the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
And because you need this thing to look I mean, it looks functional already, but I don't know. It's think of it like a patina on an old Statue of Liberty, prime example.
Okay.
Are you going to go whip out a jar of Brasso and clean her up to where she's nice and coppery again? I don't think so.
Well, if they paid me enough, no.
The point. I mean, it's. I like the idea of them putting it up the way it is.
That makes sense. It shows that this actually was used. It's actually
this is the real deal. This ain't no pretty
spruced
stuff. Exactly.
I mean, the science or the museum, whoever got it in New York, they kind of got the raw end of the deal because they only got the prototype.
They got the Enterprise, didn't they?
No, they got the prototype.
Which was the Enterprise?
Was it really?
The one that only glided, that proved the glider concept?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the Enterprise.
You're right.
That's why you took another drink.
Yes. I need to start having like 3 or 4 beers an episode now.
Oh, did Nightstar? Did they really put the Apollo capsules as after reentry? Nice.
So this is going on right now. If you guys want to check it out, I believe they hit the forum tomorrow, right?
I think so.
I unfortunately will not be able to make it because I had to.
You can't get down there anyway. I mean, this thing's being escorted by the technicians, cops, SWAT.
Mm-hmm. They're shutting
FBI.
down the street 2 miles in either direction.
Well, yeah, because what they're doing is they're pulling, they're throwing steel plates down, so that as this thing rolls along, it doesn't. They want to evenly distribute the weight as much as possible, so that it doesn't push on the street and crack the pipes beneath. Because there's all that. I mean, that's a major repair bill.
Mm-hmm.
So what they're doing is, as this thing, there's only so much steel they can get. So as this thing rolls over, there's a crew behind it picking up the steel, running it around, putting it in front of it. It's like moving blocks for the pyramids.
And in order to get enough, they had to pull from even other states to even have enough to do that.
Weren't you saying you saw an article that said it was like 4 states worth of steel plating?
Yeah, they took all these steel plates available in 4 different states just to cover just for this.
I wonder what they're going to do with those steel plates after this is all said and done.
Just send it all back, I guess.
Well, when you figure that stuff's what? Those plates are 1.5 inches thick.
Mm-hmm.
I'll buy one. Cut a few man-sized targets, take it out to the range. I'll be good.
Sell them. The space shuttle has ridden across this.
Space shuttle smeared.
See this oil prick? Yes, it had an accident. No.
Yeah, really. Sell the scrap and sell the chunks on eBay. You know what? They'll do it. They'll make money.
Yeah, true. All right. Well, let's move on to a couple anime things. If you've been watching, you've noticed that I've been a huge fan of Production IG's latest series, Psycho Pass.
Did that finally air?
Yes. Episode 1 finally aired.
How was it?
Lived up to the hype. It is one of the few series that lived up to the freaking hype.
Really?
Okay. There was actually a press conference in Japan the day before the broadcast. And you had the producer and the director, and they're all there taking questions. And I love the fact, I was reading about the director. One of the things he said was the word moe is banned among staff, either in dialogue, either in character design, anything that has to do with Psycho Pass, moe is banned. And I went, thank you.
Don't get me wrong, I like me some moe now and then, but Yeah, I was getting some moe overload.
Yeah. What's interesting is that, he got interested in actually making Psycho-Pass after reading Gen Urobuchi's novels about Madoka.
So, magical girls are pain led to Psycho-Pass.
Yeah.
Okay.
One person actually asked him, "Hey, would you actually show this to your son?" And he said, "This is too much for my son." Then again, he also wanted to make something that would cause today's youth trauma. Like, he really wanted to go out there and say, I'm making an anime that is what I want. Screw the general demographic.
And that could be really good. That could be really bad. I mean, the last person who did that was it Mamoru Oshii? Was it Oshii who did Ghost in the Shell?
Innocence, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, making what you want is a double-edged sword. If you can make what you want and be on a proper timeline, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
If you're Mamoru Oshii and it takes you 10 years to make the sequel because you spent almost a year on just one parade sequence.
Now, mind you, that was detailed as all hell, and
it was incredible. It was great cell shaded 3D, but wow.
Yeah, exactly. We'll leave it at that. But
Oshii's got a rep for that, though. Mm-hmm. Oshii's got a rep for being, when he works, when he kicks out stuff, it's excellent, but it takes him forever to do it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, like the director, Katsuyuki Motohiro, I really like what he's done so far, even seeing just one episode. And no surprise, he brought Gen Urobuchi on to write the script. So you're going to see violence, you're going to see death, you're going to see some pretty messed up visuals.
What is the premise of this show again?
It's almost like a mix between Ghost in the Shell and Minority Report minus the precogs.
That's right.
Basically, the member of this, I guess you can call it police division, carry these guns that when you pull the trigger at someone, it can instantly recognize your level of, I guess, crime personality. And if
or intent to commit a crime.
And if it's above a certain point, it will fire. If not, it'll pull to safety.
That's right, because I remember saying that I'm willing to bet that half the story is someone's going to find a way to hack the guns.
Yeah.
Or to fake them.
I'm fully expecting that, but in a way that hasn't been done before. They take some ideas from Minority Report, but I feel that Gen Urobuchi's probably taken it in a whole other direction that could never been thought of before. That's what I'm hoping. So. That's what I'm hoping for.
I'll check it out now that I've caught up on Jormungand.
Yes, and now you're on season 2. Now you've watched episode 1.
I have watched episode 1.
I like the new intro.
I'm impressed with the new intro. I'm very impressed with it. See what else do we got on our list here.
All right. Well, one of the
we're actually over time.
Yeah,
that's okay.
One of the last things is next Friday, the 19th, is Aniplex USA and 11 Arts are starting their screening of the Madoka double feature. So it's gonna be 2 films, and they're actually having like a 5-day. It's actually gone for a full week, I think now, at the Downtown Independent in Los Angeles. The premiere starts on the October 19th, next Friday. There's a screening at 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. And I know that we got tickets to go for the 6 p.m. showing on Friday.
Mm-hmm. Right, so that's going to be you and Nikki. I'm going to be up. I'm out. Which brings me to the other thing, but we'll get to that in a moment.
Yes.
So yeah, that you guys got the 6 o'clock showing, and then do we want to just use that to segue into this, or do you want to finish talking about?
Let's use it as a segue to go.
Okay.
Forward.
So we put up the poll on the idea of moving the show to Sunday nights as opposed to Friday nights, so that people could have lives. And overwhelmingly, if you the majority of the folks that voted said yes, we're going to move it to Sunday. If you take the WTF is FMMB out of the loop, it's a landslide. We really probably should not have put that answer in there.
It was fun.
I was just trying to be silly, but anyway. So we will be starting next week. The show will be moving from Friday nights to Sunday nights, and Jason, if I recall correctly, we're moving to 5 p.m. on Sundays, correct?
5 p.m. on Sundays, yes.
So instead of being 7 p.m. on Friday when you guys could be out doing whatever, we're going to be Sunday at 5 p.m. when you guys are going to be in doing nothing because you're prepping for the week. So hopefully you guys will join us, and I think we'll get more people then too.
Yeah.
So tell your friends.
Yeah, that's the hope. I mean, 5 p.m. Pacific obviously is going to be 8 p.m. on the East Coast. It gives the entire country enough time to actually.
That's true.
It, so.
And we're not going against.
We're not going against Walking Dead. So
I can't believe you threw that argument at me. I'm like, really? Okay.
Because most of our viewers would be like, "Am I going to watch a podcast or am I going to watch Walking Dead?"
I don't know that most of our viewers watch Walking Dead, but okay.
Well, those who have cable will watch.
I have cable, and I don't watch Walking Dead.
Okay, good point. Have you watched a single episode of Walking Dead?
No.
You should.
Have I read the comic? No.
Really? Okay, then I need to let you borrow the comic series.
Yeah, my stepbrother's got the entire comic series hardbound.
Nice. Okay.
To date, anyway. I think they're still making new episodes or new issues of it, but
Ruben, podcast starring zombies. Well, I don't know if I have too many more beers. Maybe that'll actually become true.
What's Zangief saying? That's a movie I can't wait for.
You must love you.
Just because you're a bad guy doesn't mean you're a bad guy.
That's on my movie draft for this season.
I am so going out of my way to see that movie when it comes out.
All right. Well, that's about it for this episode. Michael, you have anything to plug or anything you're working on? Or no, we forgot. What are you? Well, we done kind of what we're watching already.
We kind of already did what we were watching.
Yeah.
I marathon Jormungand this week. I mean,
honestly, I haven't done
and loved it.
I haven't really done much anything for myself, so
I am so glad it did not turn out to be just a Black Lagoon ripoff. I'm actually very impressed with where they went with it. Yes, Skyfall. Nightstar in the chat room said that and Skyfall look good. Skyfall is totally on my watch list because it's a Bond movie. Hello.
I'm still saying, man.
And they're finally introducing Q again.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm still saying we the three of us, we should go over to Man's Chinese.
I don't know what
movie there is epic.
See, maybe.
Yeah.
I maybe we could do a group get together at like maybe the Block or something. Nikki and I'll drive down.
Okay.
And we could do a viewer group and invite a bunch of everybody's watching. Obviously, you have to pay for yourself, guys. Sorry.
Yeah. Not made of money.
but do a group get together and go see it. Encinitas. Where's it? Encinitas.
San Diego.
Ah, yeah. No, I'm not driving to San Diego.
Sorry. It means a whale's. No, I'm not gonna say. That sequel is gonna be funny as hell. You know it's going to be. Aha! I broke him. Drink.
No, I'm trying to remember what it is.
Wait, what? Ron Burgundy.
Which show?
It's from a movie.
Which movie?
Ron Burgundy.
Never seen it.
Anchorman.
I've never seen Anchorman.
Really? Okay. Never mind.
I tend to avoid Will Ferrell movies, honestly.
I usually do my as well. I will say that. But Anchorman is absolutely hilarious.
I have heard it's good. But I've never seen Anchorman.
Okay. Then you want to get the joke. My bad then.
Argo, Here Comes the Boom, Taken 2.
Argo comes out. Yeah, Argo just came out today, didn't it?
Today.
Yeah. Should be fun. Here Comes the Boom. I'll probably skip it. Taken 2. I'll probably go see it.
I need to see Taken 1. Although I think that's on Netflix now. So
I believe so, yeah.
So I may actually watch it there. But yeah, no, that's all I've been watching. You've already said what you've been watching, so we've done that.
Yeah.
Nothing else I really want to pimp right now.
Yeah.
I've been doing. I will say though, it's nice to be doing video work again for work.
That's true. You have been doing that for the past couple of weeks now.
Past couple of weeks, I've got unfortunately, I was sick Thursday, so I lost a day of production there. But I've got most of them done.
But nice to get into the flow of things again.
Yeah. Now that I'm in the flow and I've got it down to a science, I'm really enjoying doing it. So
nice. It's
nice to do production again.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and wrap this up then. Stay tuned for a short post show where we'll rant and rave about whatever else we want. So.
Yep.
But thank you very much for joining us. So stay tuned for post show. So from my mother's basement, I'm Jason.
And I am Michael.
And
we'll see you next Sunday.
Yep. Later, everybody.